Hello and welcome to the Varsity845 football show. This week I went to Slate Hill to catch up with Minisink Valley, and I spoke to Hunter Slatine and Connor Swain about Minisink's versatile backfield and how they use those talents.
I think that's the best part of our offense. It's when everything else doesn't work, we can always get the ball up the field by running it. A bit bigger than both of our running backs, so it's not as conventional as they are, but I feel like I fit in just fine.
I think it's the speed and be able to get outside and catch the ball. Really, most of my big plays have come off short receptions, and mostly it's not really downfield. Just trying to get outside.
Come together. Block.
I also swung over to Port Jervis and I spoke with Justin Rodriguez about Port Jervis's imposing defensive line and the team's new workout plans.
We just have a lot of speed up there, other than Air Cheetah. He's just a big body there. It takes a lot of space. And then we have speed off the end, and me in the middle with a little bit more speed. So it gets the team's offensive line a little frustrated at times, and it works. Well, I feel like I'm an intense player and a very emotional player. So I feel like I yell a lot, and I'm the voice of the team pretty much. So with that being, I'm on the line, I'm asking for a lot of help, and my teammates look at me, and that motivates them, and we just go in and we do what we have to do, and we get tackles. We went 4 straight wins and 2 straight losses at home, and so to lose at home is always a tough one, especially with the Bell game, losing after being up 13-0, and Cornwall, always a good team, and we were in it good 13-21 down in the first half, and came out and kind of just fell apart a little bit, got a little tired. Cornwall's a little more conditioned than we are, and that's what we've been working on lately with the burpees after every play and running around a lot. So hopefully next time we play them, it's be a more even game.
Playoffs begin this weekend. Section 9 football. We got some big AA games coming up on Friday night. Josh, you're going to be at one of them. Tell us what you think is going to happen this weekend.
I'll be at Minisink Valley at Warwick. It's a rematch of a very contested 9-6 Warwick win earlier this year. Warwick has had very good defense and special teams all year, and now it looks like their offense might be coming together. Gene Decker put together a 9-for-12 throwing game last week against Washingtonville, but Warwick has not been able to string together consecutive victories all year. On the other hand, they're very good from bouncing back after tough efforts. Minisink Valley is coming into this game with a big win against Roosevelt last week to make the playoffs. They've had a couple of close games that didn't go their way this year, but they learned a lot from their game against Washingtonville, where they entered the fourth quarter trailing 13-10 and won 20-13. That was a couple of weeks ago. So they might be able to stay tight when it gets close late in the game.
The winner of that game gets Monroe-Woodbury in the semifinals next week. Monroe-Woodbury gets a bye into that round. The other AA playoff game on Friday night, you've got Pine Bush at Newburgh. This is another rematch, but unlike Warwick and Minisink, the first time in this series was not so close. Newburgh beat Pine Bush 56-0. I would expect something fairly similar in this game, although Pine Bush has turned it around late in the season. But it just seems Newburgh is too good not to make it on to the semis. And the winner of this game, Newburgh-Pine Bush, gets Valley Central in the semis next weekend. Valley Central gets a bye after winning Division II. And then on Saturday, there's another Class B playoff game, Josh, in Goshen. Tell us about that one.
Yes, I'll be attending Rondout Valley at Burke. Burke has been a very difficult team to read this year. They've been on the good and bad side of blowouts. They're coming off a 48-0 victory against Pine Plains to make the playoffs with 17 tackles for loss. Garnett and Nicholas leading the offense with 125 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. They're coming into a game against a Rondout Valley, which has struggled on defense this year. They've allowed 20 or more in the last 5 games, but they're coming off 2 victories in a row. The last one was a 34-27 victory against Red Hook, which was a winner-go-home game for the playoffs. And those are usually the types of teams you do not want to come across in the playoffs, those teams that are hyped after those very close victories to make it there.
One last game to watch this weekend isn't a playoff game, but it might as well be. Goshen at Poughkeepsie, Friday afternoon at 5:30. The winner gets in, the loser gets some crossover games at the end of the year. It's that simple. Both of these teams, Goshen and Poughkeepsie, have beat Wallkill and lost to Cornwall, so they're both tied at 1-1 in the division. The winner takes second place, and they will take on the Division II champion, which could possibly be Port Jervis if they beat Saugerties on Friday and improve to 3-0. So Goshen, Poughkeepsie, Friday night, 5:30 at Poughkeepsie. Winner gets in. That's a big game to watch. Thanks for watching. Check out all the high school sports coverage on Varsity845.com.